You know, the term smart city gets thrown around all the time, but what does it actually mean? It's really so much more than just a buzzword. We're talking about using artificial intelligence to totally rewire the systems we all rely on every single day, making them more responsive, more efficient, and, well, truly intelligent.
I love this quote because it just gets right to the heart of the whole idea. It paints this perfect picture of what we're all hoping for, transforming that daily, frustrating chaos of city life into something that's, I don't know, harmonious, effortless even.
And here's what that vision looks like. You've got the central AI brain acting like the city's conductor, orchestrating the movement of every single car. And the most important thing to get here is that this isn't some far-off sci-fi fantasy. The tech to make this happen is actually being rolled out as we speak.
So let's dive into our first big idea, creating what we're calling the city that breathes. We're going to explore how AI is giving our rigid, kind of mechanical city systems a dynamic, almost living quality.
Oh man, we have all felt this, right? You're just sitting there, staring at a red light, and there is not a single car coming from the other direction. It is the perfect example of a dumb system, one that just follows a timer, completely blind to what's actually happening on the ground.
So how do we fix this mess? By creating smarter streets. Let's break down exactly how AI is getting us from constant gridlock to, hopefully, a future of all green lights.
Okay, so the solution is called adaptive traffic control, and it's basically a three-step dance. First, the system senses what's happening using cameras and sensors. Second, all that data gets fed to an intelligent brain that figures it all out. And third, the AI adapts, changing the traffic light timings on the fly to keep everything moving smoothly.
And you can see that whole process right here. The sensors are gathering live data. That data feeds into an AI model to predict the flow, and the output is a traffic light that's adjusting itself in real time. It's this continuous, intelligent feedback loop. Pretty cool.
And hey, this isn't just a theory. In cities like Pittsburgh, where this is already up and running, the results are huge. We're talking about real, tangible improvements, like getting where you need to go faster, with way fewer of those annoying stops. And that, of course, means less fuel burned, which saves you money and gives us all cleaner air. It is a definite win-win.
So how does the AI actually get so smart? Well, the magic behind it is a technique called reinforcement learning. And the idea is actually pretty simple. Think of it like this. The AI tries something out, right? Like changing a light's timing. If that decision makes traffic better, it gets a little digital reward. If it messes things up, it gets a punishment. Do that millions of times, and it basically teaches itself the best possible strategy. Here's the breakdown. The agent, that's our AI traffic controller, takes an action, like making a green light last longer. It then looks at the environment, the intersection, to see what happened. Based on that outcome, it learns. So the next time it's in a similar situation, it can make an even smarter call. Now, fixing a single intersection like this is a huge step forward. It totally proves that the concept works. But our cities aren't just one intersection, are they? They're these huge, sprawling, interconnected networks. So the real question becomes, what happens when you connect every single one of them? Because what you do at one traffic light is going to cause a ripple effect 5 blocks down the road. How in the world do you manage that whole network?
Well, to go from just one smart intersection to a truly smart city, the AI has to evolve. It can't just react to what's happening right now. It actually has to start predicting what's going to happen next.
And to make these predictions, the AI models are just consuming massive amounts of data. I'm talking not just real-time traffic, but also historical patterns. What does traffic look like every single Tuesday at 5 p.m.? It even pulls in things like weather forecasts or if there's a big game happening downtown. It crunches all of this to see traffic jams forming before they even start.
Okay, so AI can help get us through the city faster and cleaner. That's incredible. But our challenges as a city don't just stop when we park the car. What about all the mess we leave behind?
And that brings us to our next topic, smarter trash. Now, I know it might not sound super glamorous, but managing waste is one of the most expensive and logistically nightmarish challenges for any city. You would be absolutely amazed at how AI is turning this into a high-tech logistics operation.
I mean, the difference here is just night and day. The old way, you've got garbage trucks on these fixed, inefficient routes, wasting millions on fuel and time, picking up half-empty bins while others down the street are overflowing. The smart way, you get a dynamic, optimized system that leads to cleaner streets and creates these massive efficiencies that cities can then reinvest.
A huge problem in recycling has always been the sorting process. But check this out. In modern facilities, you have high-speed cameras with computer vision that can spot a plastic bottle from a piece of cardboard on a super-fast conveyor belt in a split second. Then, a robotic arm just plucks it out and sorts it with superhuman precision. This is not only faster and safer, but it also dramatically boosts the quality of the recycled materials, which helps the whole circular economy.
And then there's the smart bin revolution. Instead of just guessing when a bin needs to be emptied, the bin itself literally calls for a pickup. It has these little sensors inside that check how full it is, and when it's getting close, boom, it sends a signal to a central system. That system then figures out the most efficient route for a truck to service only the bins that actually need it. The whole thing becomes an on-demand service.
And again, this isn't just some cool idea, it's already happening. Cities like Barcelona have rolled out thousands of these smart bins. The data they're generating is creating this real-time map of the city's waste, which lets them create the most efficient collection routes you can possibly imagine. That saves fuel, it cuts costs, and it leads to a much cleaner, healthier city for everyone.
So, as we've seen with both traffic and with trash, it's pretty clear that the future of our cities is going to be fundamentally data-driven.
And these two examples, they're really just the tip of the iceberg. The true power of AI in our cities is in creating a fully connected urban ecosystem, one that can sense, understand, and then respond to our needs in real time, making life better across the board. It is an incredibly powerful vision for sure, and it leaves us with one last, really important question to think about. As our cities get more and more intelligent, more efficient, what are the uniquely human parts? The spontaneity, the creativity, even the beautiful little inefficiencies that we need to make sure we don't accidentally optimize away.